Hey guys, what's up? Eddie Yahoo here with KissAnalog.com. Alright, so I'm back here with EPC, Efficient Power Conversion. Got this eval card, super cool. And the little teeny card's right here. It's a 16th brick, 1/16 of a brick. So really cool. It's two buck converters in here. It's taking 48 volts nominally with a pretty wide input range to 12 volts output, 300 watts. Incredible. Well, I did another video on this, link below, check that out. In that video I was showing some noise on the ripple, and the frequency and the spectrum didn't look quite right, but I just was trying to demonstrate the board, get it out. Wasn't trying to do a lot of analysis. In this video I want to show you where that noise comes from. Okay, so let's bring the camera over and check it out. This is the test setup, and that is the scope that we're going to look at. Okay guys, there's the spectrum right there. That's with no load. Okay, I'm going to apply the 3 amp load, and sometimes it takes, yeah, you see they grow a little bit, right? You see some of them grow. Now watch when you turn it off. It just takes a little bit of time because you have to get enough samples and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it almost looks like it changes. Some of them drop, some grow. Okay, there we go. Starting to lower a little bit, right? Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lower this voltage from 30 down. Let's lower it down to 20. Still have 12 volts out. We don't really see much of a change, maybe a little bit, but when I turn it all the way down to 0, well, the power supply turns off, right? So you're going to see noise. But you notice one thing that happens, this line, the noise floor falls too. See the noise floor right here? And then there's spikes. And now when I bring up the voltage, now look, the power supply is not turned on, but you see all those spikes? So the power supply is not even turned on yet. We're only at 4 volts. So let's go up to 10. I think it's 18 volts that it turns on. So let's go up to 10 volts. Look at that. 11 volts. We're starting to see all the noise. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the power from my eval card. And so, yeah, it's disconnected. Okay, so I pulled off the red lead, okay, off the card down below, and this return leg is still connected to the card below. And so, look at that. Now, obviously, if I disconnect the negative from here, you see it all just, it slowly goes away. So you have to wait for enough samples, and then it averages and averages. Finally, yeah. Okay, now look, when I plug it back in, now there's 0 current because the red lead is disconnected on the other side. I can disconnect it from this side too. Let me zoom out so you can see what I'm doing down here. But yeah, I disconnected this, but see, so it's just connected through here, right? Now let me show you something. This is common mode noise from the power supply. So this is the ground, earth ground, which is disconnected. There's a little lug right there. I could connect it, but I don't want to. I want to keep my output isolated. Now look, I've got this little 470 puff capacitor. See how all those signals are starting to drop? Not only did the spikes, now look, it's taken a little while for them to drop, but not only is the spikes dropping, but see this line, the noise floor? That dropped too, right? Now watch, I'll pull one leg out. See the whole white line plus all the spikes increased? Now look how, this is 1 megahertz by the way. This is 1 hertz. So it's roughly 100 kilohertz per grid. Okay, now I want to show you something else. Let's just try something else. Now, you can see the red lead's not even connected. Again, I'm just, trying to make contact inside the barrel here. But you see the noise floor and the spikes dropping now? Look at that. It's practically the same effect as connecting it to the negative lead, which is the one connected to, essentially connecting my scope probe over here on the eval card. So the connection from the scope to what we're testing is just the ground prong, okay? So here's my scope probe. Here's a little ground clip, okay? Now, if I come up here, I'm just going to disconnect from the power supply completely. If I just touch the ground prong to, let's say, the plus, you see how it picks up that noise? There we go. You see that? Now if I go to the negative, it's essentially the same thing. So that's common mode noise. It's common on both rails, so that's why it's called common mode. Now let's go to the earth ground here. See, the earth ground is quieter. You can still see the spikes on it, right? Because common mode noise, it'll get everywhere. But there's a little less energy as far as the ground floor. It drops down. Now you see how long it takes to drop. So if I touch the ground, see how it pops up? The ground floor drops, the spikes kind of climb. It takes a little bit. We got 1 megahertz. We're picking up a whole lot of data points. So there you go. I need to filter the output of my inexpensive power supply, and it'll still be inexpensive even after I do that. Anyway, that's where the noise was coming from. So this guy in here, let's look at the voltage ripple, okay? Okay guys, so what I have going on here is channel 2 on the scope. What you're looking at right now is the thing on the board with the little springy thing. So very short ground. Then I've got a scope probe here on the power supply itself, right up here. So we can kind of look at the two. One thing, and this guy has the long ground probe and all that. So what I want to do to begin with is just show you what they look like. So there's the magenta, or whatever color that is channel 3. That's the scope probe right there. So I'll turn off channel 2 so you can see it clearly. Okay. Now I'm going to focus on the monitor here so you can see better. Alright, so I'm focusing here. This is the scope probe right here, channel 3. Now go back to channel 2. Now see how much cleaner that is? That's because of that, use that little springy clip so that you reduce the length of the ground probe tip. So it just cleans it up, right? Now this is actual ripple. See how it's kind of wide? Now I've got some cursors right here and it's showing 30 kilohertz. That's where the 30Ks come from. But you're probably asking, well, how come I'm not looking at these two things for my frequency? And that's because what I think's happening is this is where the FET turns on, the switching transistor inside this power supply over here. It turns on here probably and turns off here, so you get a little glitch, turn on and turn off. But this waveform looks like this one and this one looks like this one. So now if we go back channel 3, you can see how it looks when, you know, and this again, this red wire down here on the power supply is not connected to the eval card right now. So that's just, whoops, I just knocked off the probe. Yeah, I knocked the probe off there for a minute. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the difference of what it looks like with and without. And this is without the, this is full bandwidth, so we're not using the filter in the power supply. Or we're not using the filter in the oscilloscope. So just want to show you the difference of the kind of probing. And, you know, yes, one's up here on the power supply and one is down here on the eval card. This one right here is on the eval card on the output of the eval. But even though we don't have the eval card running right now, you can still see the noise just because of the ground connection. What I want to do is I want to zoom out again just to demonstrate that one more time so you can see what I'm talking about. So the purple one is the probe right here. Now if I just lift the probe up, well, it actually cleans it up. But you still that's kind of interesting, right? It kind of cleaned it up. Wow, that is interesting. But yeah, we don't have a closed loop, I guess, between the probe tip and the ground. But yeah, you can see all that noise is just being picked up through the ground. That's what we call common mode noise. Now get rid of the blue one so easier to see. You see that? Still there. It's just noise that's being picked up. It's common mode noise. So common mode means it's on the plus and the minus. So I have to fix that power supply so it doesn't do that. Alright, so now I'm going to come over to my GWN stack. I got the outputs tied in parallel. And so Now let's go down and see what the ripple looks like on this demo card. Right, it's 10 millivolts per. That's as much as I can zoom in right now. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and turn on the load, and we got the load going, and let's see. Look at how clean that is. Okay, so I'm up to 5 amps right now, and you can see how clean it is. Okay, that's 10 amps, guys, and it looks great, right? Let's go look at the spectrum. Let's get this on channel 2. Alright, there we go. What a difference. Look at that. We see a couple glitches here. I'm going to capture those. Here, let's get the cursors up. Okay, let's get the cursors over here. That cursor's pretty close to that one, and that one's on that one. So one's at 347 and one's at 519. It is switching at 519, so I'm not sure what that guy is. But yeah, look how low that is. That's -6. That's -80 dBs. Let me turn off the cursor so you can see it real clean. Wow, that's what a world of difference, right? Okay, let's go ahead and run it again. Okay, now it's running. Okay, there's no load. 10 amp load. Wow. Give it just a moment to see if it builds up. Nope. Looks great, guys. And the voltage is at 31.6 volts output. Hey guys, yeah, I had to do this follow-up video because I didn't want people thinking the noise was coming from the card and there's some kind of issue. Really, I was just trying to bring the focus to the GaN technology and how efficient and small it makes these power supply designs. This little 16th brick is just crazy, 300 watts. Well, after I did the video and as I was editing it, I started thinking, hey, I think I know what it is. It's this power supply. Now this power supply, I did a review on this. I'll put the link below. This thing is amazing, I think. For under 100 bucks, it puts out 10 amps, 30 volts. That's, you know, a lot of power for under 100 bucks. And of course, I'm fine. Anyway, trying to stick up for the Kaiweets power supply. It's inexpensive. It does have a little noise issue, you see. I'm going to do a video, I think the next video, and I'm going to show how I'm going to permanently address that. Okay, so anyway, hope you liked the video. Thanks to the Patrons, appreciate your support. And EPC for the eval cards, really awesome of you guys. Really awesome product. And by the way, the Renesas connection, I think it's just that EPC has the GaN FETs. They needed something to control them, and they just partnered up with Renesas to use their controller. So I think there's just some kind of partnership or friendship or something. I don't know what it is, but the companies, I believe, are totally separate companies. Anyway, there you go. And Renesas used to be Intersil, which used to be Harris. Anyway, they've been around forever. It's a really good company, make great products, and I think GaN with their controllers, because they do make some really nice controllers. I think it was a good partnership. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.